Welcome to the Ice Talks, where we implement change every day. Hey, how you doing? This is Harold S. Reed Jr., also known as HRJR, your motivational coach. And if you don't know what motivation means, motive plus action equals results, and results equals success. I want to talk to you today about, a couple things, actually. One, I want to talk to you about appreciating your blessings. And one of the hardest things that comes with appreciating your blessings is giving the proper credit when and where it's due. Now, what I mean by that is this. There are times in our lives when good things happen to us, and when good things happen to us, we're doing the happy dance, we're great. I always talk about peaks and valleys. We're at the peak or close to the peak. Something good is happening. We're celebrating. And those of you who are religious or spiritual, whatever you want to call it, you give God the glory. You give your creator the glory. I'm going to refer to God as the creator, all right, because you guys know I normally say God, the universe, whatever you deem your higher power to be. So I'm going to summarize all that and just saying creator, all right? That's that ultimate higher power, however you subscribe to it. So when good things happen, it's really easy to give your creator the credit, okay? But when bad things happen, when negative situations come into our lives, what people tend to do, and I was guilty of this. Notice I refer to myself in the past. I was guilty of this as well. When negative situations arise, what people tend to do is say, it's the devil at work. The devil's playing tricks on me. The devil's in my life. The devil, Satan, this, that, and the third. Stop that. I'm going to tell you right now, stop that. I even used to justify the book of Job in which God and the devil are having a discussion. I can say an argument, a discussion. And I'm not going to preach here, but in the book of Job, it states God and the devil were having a conversation, and the devil, I'm summarizing, the devil challenged God that he could turn any of his most faithful people against him. So he looked at Job and said, Job is my child. Job will never turn on me. And the devil like, I bet you I can. Bet you I can. Bet you I can make him turn. And so he said, the only reason why that he's so loyal to you and faithful to you is because he knows you protecting him. Let me have my way with him. Let me have my way with him and watch what happens. All right. And so then God says, okay, I'm going to remove my protection from him and you can have your way with him. But the only thing is you can do what you want, but you can't kill him. You can't kill him. Right. So devil put Job through all this crap in his life, and not once did Job turn on God. And when it was all said and done and the devil finally gave up, God gave Job more than what he had originally lost. They're in the sermon. All right. But my point is, in our lives today, we can't give the devil that credit. We can't give him that credit, because what happens is this. Well, look at this. Look at it like this. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. When tough times come into your life, you don't give Satan any credit for it. Instead, give your creator the credit for providing you with an opportunity to become stronger. See, when you give Satan the credit, when you give the devil the credit, you make him stronger and you allow him to keep playing with your life. However, when you give your creator the credit, you strengthen your faith, and your creator will reward you for enduring and overcoming those trying circumstances. See, that's the message I get from the book of Job. Never mind what the devil doing. The devil going to do what the devil going to do. But I look at the devil the same way I look at trolls on social media. You ever been trolled by somebody on social media? You argue back and forth with them, and the more you try to stand your ground and prove your point, the more they just come at you with some crap, some BS, just to keep the argument going, because that's what excites them. You are feeding them. You are fueling them by trying to be logical with someone who's an idiot, right? So when you give the devil credit for the negative things or the unfortunate circumstances that come along in your life, you are feeding the troll. You are feeding the troll. You are feeding the devil and giving him the opportunity to do all kinds of craziness in your life, because the more attention you give him, the more he knows he's got you. And the more he knows he's got you, the more he knows he's going to play with you. But when you don't give him any credit for it, when you look at what's going on in your life in such a way that you look up to your creator and you say, I know you got a reason for me going through this. I know that there's something I'm supposed to learn. I just have to find out what it is, or it just has to come to me. But I'm not giving the devil any credit for this. That's when your creator starts to look favorably upon you. And you begin to understand, or at least you should from this point understand, that it's not a negative situation coming in your life to punish you. It's not a negative situation coming in your life to tear you down. Even if it's karma coming to work on you and you had something coming to you, there's still something for you to learn from that situation. See? So stop looking at negative situations in your life as a punishment and start looking at negative situations in your life as opportunities to learn. Something I tell my students in the dojo, we don't win or lose on this mat. We either win or we learn. When you win, everything is going right. Everything is at the top. You're at the peak. Everything went the way it was supposed to, right? But when things don't go the way they were planned, when things don't go the way you believe they were supposed to, and you don't win, you have to take that opportunity, take that as an opportunity to learn. Go back and review what you did and what you didn't do and find out what mistakes you made. Learn from that and then move forward. So you don't win or lose, you win or you learn. See? And when you give your creator the credit and you give your creator, I'll go so far as to say praise and gratitude for putting you in a negative situation to give you an opportunity to learn and give you an opportunity to get stronger. Your creator will reward you for enduring and overcoming those trying circumstances the same way God did in the book of Job. Now, I will add my personal testimony to this to prove to you. Listen, I'm not going to tell you to do anything that I haven't done or experienced myself. I don't believe in that. I'm not going to tell you to jump off a bridge if I ain't jump off a bridge. And trust me, I ain't never jump off no bridge. I'm not going to tell you to go bungee cord jumping if I ain't never been bungee cord jumping. I ain't going to tell you to jump out of an airplane and go skydiving if I ain't never jump out of a plane and go skydiving, even though that's something I want to do. If I had a bucket list, that would probably be on it. But let me share this situation with you. There are a lot of inconveniences that come with losing a car in a car accident or a collision. You know, for starters, you lose your car, you're out of your car. You know, if it's got to get repaired, you're out of your car. If the car is totaled, it's a loss. You have to get a new one. You know, second, chances are your insurance might go up. Even like I live in New Jersey, and in New Jersey, it doesn't matter who's at fault. You're at least 1% at fault for having the audacity to put your car on the road, right? So on January 21st, I was in a car accident. However, you know, the car was wrecked. You know, for those who've seen pictures of it on my social media, you guys know that car was wrecked. I had a Chrysler 300. But the next day I was in a rental. On the morning of January 31st, just 10 days later, a little over 2 weeks later, or a little under 2 weeks later, the insurance company told me they were going to total my car that morning, January 31st. However, by the afternoon of that same day, I was driving my Camaro off the lot. I expected my insurance to go up. Like I said, you know, you're out of a car. Two, your insurance is likely going to go up. And the reasons why I expected my insurance to go up was one, because of the accident, and two, because I acquired a sports car instead of just getting another sedan. But see, even though there's the negativity of the car accident, and guess what? The person stopped in front of me, but I didn't have enough room to avoid them, so I got blamed for being at fault for the collision, for driving too close. Things happen, right? So I expected my insurance to go up. But you know what? I do good works. And I don't say this to brag. I don't say this to puff my chest out or pat myself on the back. I just know how I live my life. I'm not perfect, but I do my best to do good works, right? And when you do good, You receive good because here's where the blessings come in. My car note for my Camaro was less than it was for my Chrysler 300. And you would expect, because like I said, because I got a sports car instead of another sedan, my insurance to go up. My insurance actually dropped by a little over $100. So listen, I have a slogan or a saying that I kind of borrow from Kanye West. I know Kanye West is not too popular in the black community nowadays, but give you some background. Dave Chappelle was talking about Kanye, when he first met him. And Kanye was on the phone talking about, yeah, I'm with Dave Chappelle and Mos Def and so on and so forth. And what? How am I with them? Because my life is dope and I do dope-ish. And ish is a is a way that I am transposing the sounds of the word. So those of you who get it. But I took that saying on as a personal mantra. My life is dope and I do dope-ish. Right? So I'm not bragging when I say my life is dope. Okay? I'm not bragging when I say my life is dope. What I'm telling you is that life is more about how you look at it rather than how you react to it. And for me, dopeness in life doesn't come from being reactive. It comes from being proactive. It comes from doing good works. It comes from doing good and expecting good, not in terms of remuneration or payment for doing good, but that's just how the cycle of life works. You reap what you sow. You do good, you get good. Now that leads me to the second point that I wanted to talk about. Goes along the lines of sowing and reaping. All right. Now, there's a man by the name of Earl Nightingale. Earl Nightingale is one of the pioneers of the self-help personal development industry. And one of his teachings is that the mind the mind can only give you what you give it. In terms of, say, planting, gardening, farming, right? If you plant tomato seeds into the earth will give you tomatoes. If you plant celery seeds into the earth will give you celery. The same for apples, grapes, whatever you roses, petunia, whatever seeds you plant, the earth is going to return that product, right? Your mind is the same way. Your mind operates in the same fashion. Your mind operates in the same fashion as does the earth we walk upon. Now, you can have fertile and absorbative, if that's such a word. You can have fertile and absorbative soil in your mind in the sense that you're able to absorb and take in and learn and plant seeds of positivity and success and wealth and happiness and joy and all of that stuff, right? And that is what your mind will produce. That is how your life will manifest itself, right? Joy, happiness, wealth. Whatever you plant, your mind will produce and manifest. Or you could have hard, concrete. You could be hard-headed. And nothing gets in, nothing sinks in. Or the seeds that you plant in that soft, moist and fertile mind of yours, if you plant seeds of despair, mediocrity, failure, lack of faith and hope, and belief in your ability to fail, guess what? That's what your life is going to manifest. That's what you're going to produce in life. It's kind of like the law of attraction. So the lesson for the day in this particular podcast is give your creator the credit your creator is due. For all things, good and bad, there's a saying that goes, count your blessings one and all, count your blessings great and small. Give your creator credit for everything. Don't give the devil or whatever name you have for negative energy and circumstances in your life, don't give that energy any credit. Don't give it any shine. Don't feed the troll. Okay? And on the flip side of that coin, I want you to start being proactive in your life. Start thinking more positively. Start thinking about what you can do rather than what you can't do. When you find yourself saying, I can't, stop yourself. Do what they call a pattern interrupt. Stop yourself right then and there, right? Be conscious of what you say, especially to yourself, right? If you find yourself saying, I can't, change it. Make yourself say, I'm having difficulty. I can't tell you how many times I've misplaced something in my office or around the house. And my wife will look at me like I'm crazy. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I would say, I can't find. Matter of fact, this happened to me yesterday. I was looking for a case that I needed because I needed the contents inside for a meeting I was going to. And I said, I can't find my briefcase. Wait, no, I'm having difficulty finding my briefcase. And as soon as I made that change, as soon as I made that pattern interrupt and went from I can't to I'm having difficulty, I cracked open the door in my mind, turned to the left, looked down, and there was the very thing I was looking for. See, when you tell yourself you can't, what you are telling the universe is that you won't. And the universe will give you what you ask for. Just like I got through saying, referring to Earl Nightingale, your mind will give you what you feed it. If you tell your mind, I can't see, I can't find, I can't do, the universe will translate that into you won't see, you won't find, you won't do. I just want you to learn how to change your thinking. When you learn how to change your thinking, okay, you can go from success being nowhere to success being now here. Now, how do I make that distinction? Spell the word nowhere. Okay? Now, instead of splitting the word from N-O to W-H-R-E, make it N-O-W-H-R-E. Think about it. Write it down. Figure it out. You'll get what I mean. All right? Listen, I'm going to wrap this up. I know I talked a little bit longer than I normally do, but I haven't talked to you in a while, and I really wanted to give you something that was close to my heart because I'm feeling really good today. Why? Because my life is dope, and I do dope-ish, and I want your life to be dope, and I want you to do dope-ish. All right? I want you to have a great day, or a great evening, whatever time of day you're listening to this, and there'll be more episodes to come. You take care of yourselves, and I'll be in touch really soon. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Ice Talks, where we implement change every day.